Hi, Studio Recapped here. Today, we're going to talk about a movie called The Shawshank Redemption, released in 1994 in the drama and crime genres. Spoiler alert is on. Take care. Hope of an innocent man, even in the darkest moments, to reach freedom. A man named Andy Dufresne is accused of killing his wife and her lover in court, with all evidence against him. Andy's wife cheats on him and plans to live with her lover. One night, Andy follows them to their house, loads his gun in a drunken rage, but when he realizes they're not home, he throws his gun into the river and goes back home. Though there's strong evidence, the court identifies Andy as the murderer. The bullets that killed the two match Andy's gun, but the police can't find his weapon in the river. 4 bullets are found in each victim, with Andy's fingerprints matching. The court finds him guilty and sentences him to 2 life terms. After 20 years, Red goes to his parole hearing, saying he's fully reformed and no longer a danger to society, asking for release, but his request is denied again. Red narrates the story, describing himself as the guy every prison needs because he can get anything for the inmates. In 1947, Andy was convicted for killing his wife and her lover and sent to Shawshank Prison. Outside, he was a bank vice president. As the new prisoners arrive, some inmates bet on who'll break under the prison's harsh rules. Red bets on Andy, who ends up being the last to give in, making Red lose the bet. The warden, Mr. Norton, tells the new prisoners that the prison has strict rules, including no blasphemy, and they'll learn the others in time. Discipline and the Bible are all that matters to me, and now, you're mine, he says, so, you'll do as I say. The first night is tough on the inmates. They're made to march naked through the prison, realizing their past and freedom are gone. The guards are brutal, especially on the first night, and one of the newcomers usually breaks. Inmates even bet on which one. At breakfast, Andy finds a maggot in his terrible prison food. An older inmate, Brooks, asks for it to feed a bird he's nursing back to health. The inmates learn the new guy who broke down and cried the first night died from bleeding out because there was no doctor. Andy is shocked. Andy stays silent for a month, then finally talks to Red, asking, "Why do you kill your wife?" Andy replies, "I didn't do it," and Red says, "Then you've come to the right place, nobody here did anything." Andy asks Red to get him a small rock hammer to keep busy, saying he wants to shape stones for fun. Red agrees, warning him to keep quiet if it's found in a search. Andy is harassed and beaten by an inmate named Boggs and his friends who try to assault him, and this happens every few days. For a roofing job, they need 12 volunteers, and over 100 inmates sign up, including Andy. He overhears a guard, Hadley, complaining about taxes on an inheritance, and Andy offers to help him avoid taxes by transferring the money to his wife's account, asking only for beers for the roofers in return. Andy and Red slowly become friends. One day, Andy asks Red for a poster of Rita Hayworth. Soon after, he's attacked again by Boggs and his friends, this time so badly that he's in the infirmary for a month. Hadley beats Boggs so severely that he's left paralyzed, and Andy is safe after that. The inmates thank Andy by collecting stones for him, and Red gets him the poster. When guards come to search cells, Andy, holding a Bible and quoting verses, gains the warden's trust, and they overlook his poster and chess pieces, letting him keep his belongings. Because of Andy's education, he's moved from laundry duty to the library to work with Brooks. He sends weekly letters to the Senate for funds to improve the library, even though everyone says it's pointless. Over time, Andy starts handling taxes for half the Shawshank guards and eventually does everyone's, including the warden's. Andy becomes a valuable legal employee and is even allowed to have a helper, choosing Red. One day, Brooks tries to attack someone but is stopped by Andy and Red. Brooks reveals he doesn't want to hurt anyone but doesn't know how to leave after 50 years in prison. After his release, Brooks gets a small apartment and job, but he feels out of place, thinking the store manager dislikes him. Finally, Brooks makes a tragic decision, taking his own life and leaving a letter for his prison family. Andy's letters work, and the Senate sends books and some funds but asks him to stop writing. He doesn't settle for just $200 and keeps sending letters. Andy also plays music over the prison speakers, leading to solitary confinement, but he says it's to remind the inmates, and himself, of hope. He transforms the library and trades with other institutions for books. Outside the prison, Warden Norton promotes forced labor as a public service while pocketing money. Andy launders this money under a fake identity, ensuring Norton has a silent partner who doesn't exist. In 1965, Tommy Williams arrives, initially a troublemaker but eventually motivated by Andy to learn to read and improve himself. Talking to Red about Andy's case, Tommy realizes something important. He tells Red about a former cellmate who bragged about his crimes and mentioned a couple he killed, a golf pro and his lover's husband, which matches Andy's case. Andy informs Norton, but the warden dismisses it, saying Tommy lied to cheer him up and wouldn't confess even if real. Andy insists Tommy's testimony could prove his innocence, leading to an argument and another month of solitary for Andy. Norton secretly meets with Tommy, and after confirming the story, has him killed, claiming he tried to escape. After Tommy's death, Andy refuses to work with Norton, enduring another month in solitary. Afterward, he gives Red an address to go to if he's ever released, hinting at something hidden under a big rock. Andy returns to laundering money for Norton. The next day, during roll call, they realize Andy's missing. Searching his cell, they accidentally uncover a tunnel behind a poster, revealing Andy's 20-year escape plan. He used the small rock hammer Red got him, hidden inside his Bible, to chip away at the wall. Andy crawls through a grueling sewage pipe to freedom, taking on a false identity he created to claim Norton's laundered money at the bank, exposing Norton's crimes. When police come to arrest Norton, he takes his own life. Red has another parole hearing but, unlike before, doesn't try to convince them he's changed, saying he doesn't care if they believe him. But he's finally released because he really has changed. Following Andy's directions, Red finds a letter and money under the rock and decides to join him, hopeful about the future.